Last Friday night's game was, it was one of those ones I think we felt that we could have got away with. The first set was certainly something that you don't see very often, especially in the 25-point rally score era in the last 2 years. 39-37 was quite I guess, a heart attack material for a lot of people. Their crowd was up and down every set point that they had, and they sat down again. Rachel Rourke and Sonia Newcomb, the outside from Oregon, were trading hit for hit as we went to 39-37. We had opportunities to win the set before it even got there. We led 24-21, so it was disappointing. We put ourselves in a position where we had to go to 39-37, but it was a great first set. We had opportunities again at the end of that long extended set to finish it off, and we didn't. Unfortunately, it went to them. The second set was a much better, I thought, set from us in terms of being able to come out and be focused and play from the beginning of the set. And normally for us, a tough loss like that in the first set means it takes a bit to regather in the second, and I thought we did a very good job in that. We won that second set 25-21. Third and fourth were, I thought, a little similar in a lot of respects. Both sets we led, and both sets, unfortunately, we just did not finish off with that the same level of mental stability and playing stability as we had, especially in the second and first set for most of that. So it was disappointing to lose, certainly always disappointing to lose to the Ducks at their place, although I felt we played a lot better than we had in the previous week. So we certainly played hard, and you've got to give it to Oregon. They played very well. When it really mattered, they're all Americans. Newcomb and Essie really turned it on, and I thought we matched them well, but one or two errors at the end, unfortunately for us, spelt the end of that match. Well, Rachel, I have obviously a little bit of a leaning towards Rachel. I coached her as a junior when she was in Australia, so I remember seeing her as a gangly 14-year-old. I think she was still around about the 6'4" mark, and I thought at that stage when I was coaching the national team, she could make a good national team player, and I'm sure she would have had the national program continued in the same vein as it was in at that stage. But she's come over here and been an outstanding contributor to the Oregon State program. To break the career kill record in an era of rally point scoring is just an outstanding achievement. And to give you an idea, the record's 15 years old when volleyball was played in the side-out scoring format, and that was to 15 points. Most sets we play these days, not counting that 39-37 the other night against Oregon, we score, if we win the set, we score around about 10 to 12 points per set. So even compared to the old side-out scoring, which was 15 points per set, it's even less volleyball than that. So for Rachel to set the record, still with half a Pac-10 season left, I think it's just an outstanding effort by her. And in a competition where the Pac-10 is so strong from top to bottom that for Rachel to be able to do that against that level of competition really speaks volumes for just how good a contributor she's been to OSU. Arizona State. Last week they were 1-1. They lost to Washington, but beat Washington State, which is a good win, considering how well Washington State has been playing. We beat them in 5 in Tempe in the first round. They're a young team, very young team. A lot of freshmen and sophomores in their roster. They have a new coach, an Australian as well. So they play an exciting brand, good ball control. They're not a big team necessarily, but their outside hitters move the ball around very well. So we know that'll be a tough match against them. They haven't won a lot in the Pac-10, but the win last weekend will certainly spur their confidence on. And I think for us, we're getting to the situation now where there's only 8 matches left in the season. So I think our level of desperation will need to rise against these teams. And Arizona State, I think we match up well against. And like I said, we have the confidence from the win in the first round. Arizona have had quite a good year there. They've been a very strong team in the past. They're rebuilding. We have beaten them here the last 2 times, the last 2 years. We lost in 5 sets to them in Arizona. We do match up very well against Arizona. They also, like Arizona State on the weekend, 1-1 against Washington State and lost to Washington. So they're a team that's also borderline for making the NCAA tournament. So they'll be desperate to get the win up here. And I think that the secret against Arizona certainly is making them play the ball. I think as Arizona State are a team that handle the ball very well, Arizona are a team that I think terminate a little better, and we just have to make sure we keep the ball on them more frequently when we can't kill the ball.